From the Detroit Free Press, it's Wednesday, August 12th. Here are today's top stories. Brought to you by JB's Smokehouse, located inside Bush's Fresh Food Market of Canton. JB's offers a range of authentic barbecue favorites, and with more than 30 Michigan craft beers on tap, trivia, and live music every Friday night, JB's is sure to become your new favorite barbecue spot.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kerry Jr. II. Michigan's Health Department reported 7 deaths Tuesday. 2 of them were uncovered in a review of death certificates. There were 796 new cases of the coronavirus reported. In total, there are over 88,000 cases and over 6,200 deaths statewide. About 1,600 Metro Detroit nursing home workers plan to miss work next week. According to a news release, the Service Employees International Union is organizing a strike on August 17th. The union lists staffing shortages, adequate personal protective equipment, and wages as some of their grievances. Striking workers also plan to address racial disparities in nursing homes. As of August 10th, the State Health Department reports over 3,800 confirmed cases and 21 deaths among nursing home staff members. There have been over 7,700 cases and just over 2,000 deaths among residents. A large portion of the former Michigan State Fairgrounds in Detroit could be Amazon land. The tech giant is proposing a $400 million distribution center on the property. Free Press reporter Adrian Roberts has more details. Thanks for joining me, Adrian.
Thanks for having me.
What are the details of this Amazon development proposal?
So it's going to be 3.8 million square feet. They're making it 4 stories where normally they just build a sprawling 1-floor distribution center. So they're building up rather than out.
Who are Amazon's partners on this project?
They're working with Hillwood Investment Properties. They do a lot of Amazon developments across the U.S. And then the local partner for Hillwood is the Sterling Group. And that is owned by Gary Torgo, who is the chairman of TCF. It's his adult sons that now run that. And they've worked together, these 2 investment groups, on a distribution site in Shelby Township. So really no surprise there.
How many jobs do they plan to create with this development?
So they're saying 1,200. And I think a big part of what they're pushing along with that is that Detroiters can apply to be delivery drivers too. So if you want to be your own business owner and buy your own truck and hire your own employees, that is also an option for you.
And what happens with the transit station that's already there on the grounds?
Somehow the city convinced them that they were going to build them a new transit center. So the transit center will be moved to the 8-mile side of the property. It'll be indoors with air conditioning, heating, Wi-Fi to make it, much better than kind of what it is now.
Typically with these deals, we see tax breaks offered. Did Amazon receive anything?
Amazon is not asking for any tax breaks or tax incentives. Because Amazon is not asking for any tax breaks or tax incentives, they're not subject to the community benefits ordinance, which requires you hire X amount of Detroiters. Instead, they can really do whatever they want, but they're saying they're going to work with Detroit, and Detroit is going to bring them suitable candidates, and then they would, look at them first.
When can we expect the deal to be finalized?
This comes up for city council vote in September. It seems by all accounts that will get passed. And they're saying we're starting construction in October, if that's the case. And then from there, they said about a year for it to open. And then, they have a timetable for those 1,200 jobs in that time frame. So it should happen pretty quick here. We'll see what happens.
We will see what happens. Thank you, Adrian, for talking to me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
According to Mayor Duggan, employees are expected to make $15 an hour plus benefits. The distribution center is projected to open in 2022. That's the latest. For more information on COVID-19 in Michigan, visit www.freep.com.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department. The news was made official on Tuesday afternoon. The 2020 Big Ten football season, and all fall sports in the conference for that matter, have been canceled. League Commissioner Kevin Warner said ultimately there was just too much uncertainty in terms of health to have student athletes compete in the fall. Free Press sports writer Reiner Sabin highlights just a couple of the many questions for college sports to answer in the days, weeks, and months ahead.
What's your sense of where we go next, where college football is headed next?
I just think it's going to be really divided. I was talking to, Todd Berry, the American Football Coaches Association executive director, And the conversation shifted to like, well, how is this going to affect the competitive balance? And you can see that there might be a fallout there where especially if the SEC decides to go and play in the fall, the ramifications long term from like even how attractive that conference is from a coaching standpoint versus say the Big Ten, where they might not feel as supported from a football standpoint. And so it is an interesting dynamic that's been created here. And also, there's obviously worry about the transfer portal and what could possibly happen there.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.